Ah. Mm. You guys didn't hear anything. Oh wait. Ah. You can actually hear me. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Okay. Hello everyone! Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time we played this, we went through some stuff. If I can remember, let me just rewatch that stream real quick because I can't remember. What did we end off last time? How did we end off last time? Oh, it was quite a bit since we last played this. And then I did a bunch of random other streams. Yeah, we don't talk about those. We were in the library with the librarian, and we had a talk with Kenji about stuff. And then we ended the day. Okay. Seems about accurate to what happened. Yeah. I mean, we have nobody watching, which is not a surprise, because I did lose like 7 followers over the past 2 weeks, because I was moving into my new house. And people unsubscribe after time. So, that's how it works. It's just how it works. And I'm a very small content creator, so nobody's gonna be watching me this early. Anyways, let's start with Katawa Shoujo. Can you guys see my cursor? Probably. Let's start. Oh wait, I probably should have loaded. Oh, I should have loaded in. No, this is the beginning. Okay. Uh, playtime. This one. So it seems like you guys can't see my cursor. No, no, you can. You can. No, no, never mind. You can. Sorry, I was looking at the stream. But yeah, you guys can see my cursor. I feel very tired this morning, probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. After saying hi to Shizune and Misha, I start doing the work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today is going to be heavy. Well, that's just great, now isn't it? This isn't balanced. My bad. I'm working on audio settings real quick. Yeah, I got a stuffy nose. Or my nose. Forget it. Yep, forget it. Have to say, oh wait, I already did this. I read this. I don't have a problem with that now, though Shizune and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I've decided to join the student council, even if it's just one day. Right, we played chess with them, and I lost. And now I have to decide, now I have to join the student council or something like that. I wouldn't put it past them to try, and I don't have an answer for them if they do, so this situation is convenient for me. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. The teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. Isn't that the girl that went or something like that, you know? You watch the short if you haven't seen it. Otherwise, I look like an idiot. Please, just watch the short. He does, however, stop us to say that we're going to break into groups again. Wow, great. I turn my head to see Shizune and Misha are looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that is equal parts cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, "We have you now. There is no escape." That that is yes? Okay. Oh, no. No. Oh wait, I went back. Oh. Okay, if I scroll up, I go back. If I scroll up. Okay. Okay, that's very nice to know. In case I want to go back on something. Oh my god. My nose is so stuffed. Can I even do the voice? Hold on. How did the voice sound like last time I did it? How did I do the voice last time? How did I do her voice last time? I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand. Yeah, I'm having a hard time. I was having a hard time. Oh my god, I was having a hard time with that. Oh man, her voice, I can't. Oh, already messed up. He, uh, he, 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 uh, hey, Chad, it looks like we're together again. Yay, yay, yay. Oh my god. Michelin's, yeah, someone clip that. You know, I'll clip it myself. Nobody's watching this. Misha leans sideways while Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There really is no escape now. Unless I were to jump through the window, of course, but like, no, I'm not doing that. Jumping out of the window isn't the best option, sadly. Yeah. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What's wrong, Ichan? Shut up. Okay, I gotta calm down. I said I was gonna stop doing noises for her. Oh, Ichan. Uh, have you been thinking about what you said yesterday? You said that you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? It's okay, Ichan. We were talking about it after you left. It would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us this early, right? Right? Jeez, I don't like your double rights. I can't. I'm so happy you two are able to laugh at my expense. And even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. Yeah, you both are kind of crazy. Now that that's over, Shizune snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment out with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I actually look at this stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only two problems. That's pretty nice. I almost want to say something about how her rush to get started seems a bit much, considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. Oh, wait. There we go. Sorry, I was doing something. While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. Poor Hanako. Let's invite her to our group, you know? I mean, she looks like a freak. Okay, I'm gonna be as mean as I can for this live stream, okay? Because why not? Let's give it a try. Let's test it out. All right, I'm gonna be clip farming all day, all night in in this video. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh man. Just saying that out loud is weird. While we already did this. I can't remember seeing her working with other people before. Yeah, because she's a freaking loser. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Yeah, I mean, okay, I get, yeah, I guess. Uh, hey, that girl over there. He sounds me, right? Huh? Who, Hee-chan? Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, Hee-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone? I was just thinking that maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think that'd be a good idea, Hee-chan. Why not? Shi-chan wouldn't get along with her. Why? Misha shuffles around the question, out, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but still has the lifting up high and down. High and lifting up and down quality present in everything she says. Oh, what's wrong with? Just because, Sichan. By now, Shizune has noticed her conversation. It makes me realize again how Misha has been everything, everything she's been saying, signing everything that she's been saying the whole time. Arr. What, Chichan? The friend of my enemy is my enemy? Huh? What? That sounds harsh. I'm not going to say that. You said it anyways. I know, Hichan. It's funny over here. Uh, okay. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand the things she's saying, and vice versa. Is that? Also, why she signs all the time? So there's never a conversation Shizune will be left out of? Ooh. Oh, I gotta stop. I said I'd stop that. I said I'd stop that. And I'm not stopping. What happened to the audio? Anyway, we should start on the problems now, Hichan. There's the audio. Oh yeah. I'm vibing to this, man. This is my vibe. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. The video. No, the game. Yes. Okay. We finished with time to spare, and I decided to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria. As frankly, the food so far has been superb. Ooh. This sends Shizune and Misha arguing amongst themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't think we have the time to go all the way there. And what about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it. They don't even notice the start of the actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. Oh my god, somebody joined in. Please don't leave me here alone. Please, mister. Please, don't leave me here. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in her class is busying themselves in the lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks. The one with actual boxed lunch mix and chattering like everyone else. Wait, the ones with actual boxed lunch mix, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, I feel like that I'm the only one who can see her. Almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class on her own accord? What? Hold on. What is going on? I'll be back. Oh my god, fire alarm went off. My bad, guys. I went to check it out. Alright. Nothing bad happened. Alright, we're all good. We're okay. Everything's fine. Okay. Sorry you guys had to hear that. I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom near rear door. Wow, I can't read for crap. I can't read for crap. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I started watching her. Okay, alright. We're just turning into a creep. We're just being weird. We're just watching her. This is weird. I guess she's waiting for someone. She's waiting for me, guys. I'm about to get my whiz game up. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. And these fire alarms are on again. I swear to goodness. This is a very crappy live stream. I just had my fire alarm go off twice. Okay, like now. I've already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday, and it took me and took it with me to school to fill the empty moments between classes. I find the page that I seized a corner of to mark the spot I left yesterday night and pick up from there. Misha and Suzune were still arguing heatedly, probably about restaurants still. Sorry, I just needed a deep breath. Like, oh my god, I don't know what's going on. 17 minutes already, and we still have two people watching, or at least that's what it says. Other person probably left by now. If I joined them, I'd just get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody who'd even want to hear what they want to talk about. But why does she tend to sign things even when Shizune doesn't need to understand what's being said? Or even more strangely, when Shizune is not around at all. What an odd conflict of habits. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so, heading down for the cafeteria. Misha and Suzune having come to their conclusion of one kind of or another, follow in my wake, though still taken in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Ouch! Ah, fuck! Oh my. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes look up at me. Is this freaking Dekamori from Chinibyo or something? Like without the longer pigtails? Oh! My bad. My apologies. They belong to a perpetrator. A short girl who bumped into me has now fallen down onto the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former stri- the former strikes me as rather strange. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on a lunch break. Oh, her PE clothes, right. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but they are not the flesh and bone. Her pale and very like flesh and bone thighs and shins and feet, made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up. Oh, man. Oh, how am I gonna do her voice? Jeez. I guess. Whatever. Oh, man. Hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going, and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry. Yeah, you guys get it. She looks really apologetic. And a hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything since hurt puppies are my weak spot. It's okay, don't worry about it. Ah! I say that, but a stinging pain growing in my chest, and I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Oh, right, we have heart problems. Right. Don't overexert yourself. Don't forget your medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest. Fuck! I got hit in the chest. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. I'm gonna fucking die. It's all because you're a fuck girl running into me like a freaking train. It seems normal. Hey, should I get a nurse? The worry high-pitched voice of a oh my god, high-pitched voice of a girl snaps me out of it. So high-pitched, huh? Oh, wow, great. I stare at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded, until I realized that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I really worried. Oh, I'm overly worried about my heart. Yeah, I would be too if I had a heart condition. No need, I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time, and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me, big time, but it's nothing more than that. You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard. It's okay, I said I was fine, and nothing's broken. No harm done. That's good, I feel a hand on my shoulder at the same time. The girl's eyes widen in horror. Wait, what? Wait. And whatever she was saying gets interrupted. What? Whatever she was saying gets interrupted by a very horrified eep. I don't have time to look behind me because Shizune is already shoving me aside and stomping over the girl, signing furiously at her. Dang. It's like when you walk up in the hood and people start throwing gang signs at you, like okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up now. Miss Ibarazaki. Miss Ibarazaki? Ibarazaki? Okay. Miss Ibarazaki, I saw that running in the halls is strictly forbidden. I completely forgot how this girl went voiced. Wow. Misha translates. Right on Shizune's tail, but her voice is girlishly playful, not full of divine fury. Shizune's arm movement would seem to call for. Sorry, I was just going to get some stuff, and I was kind of in a hurry. You've been told this 1,000 times before. Your reckless behavior endangers other students, and worse. How the frick did she sound? I'm forgetting. Whatever. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute, I find myself smiling. I know that. I was just. Make sure that this does not happen again, although I'm sure telling you this is already futile, and only cause me further headache when you chose to ignore the regulations. Got that, Emmy? The small girl sticks her tongue out in response. Uh, uh I gotta go. Teacher, I'll have my head. I promised to help with the printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, I gotta change and everything. Yeah, if they all have the similar voice, don't blame me. Blame the amount of girls that are in this game. Actually, you can blame me for getting this game. But hey, this game right now, it seems pretty good. Before Misha and Susan, uh, before Misha or Suzanne or I could say anything, she already bolted from where she was a second ago, almost halfway towards the stairwell. Stairs, no legs. Oh, she might be in trouble. She might fall down those stairs. Shizune looks like she's about to go nuclear on the spot, so I smile at her in a vain attempt to calm her down. I gotta stop that. Are you okay, Chad? That Ibarazaki girl is always like that, causing trouble to others. You know, I'm pretty sure Shizune wouldn't call me Hichan. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, anyway, I'm okay. Just got the wind knocked out of me. That's great, Hichan. Oh wow, that's great. I would call that great, but I let it slide this one time. Just this once. I guess just this once, I'll let it slide. We have to run now. There's an important student council meeting regarding the festival.
and we finally decided where to eat. Too bad you can't join, but this lunch meeting is only for council members. We can take you there some other time. Oh, but that'd be like a day, wouldn't it?
Uh,
Wah!
no. Oh, wow. Oh, my only freaking. The guy left. The girls leave for downstairs. I didn't manage to get far from the third floor hallway before all this commotion struck. Literally, I should get going as well. You know what? Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care if I just give Kyoko a little call, right? Nobody's on here. I'm just gonna give Kyoko a little call. Turn that down real quick. Uh, this little bum didn't answer my call. Oh well, what can you do about it? The lunch and afternoon class passed uneventfully. I read most of the book I had started yesterday, and ate some of the most inedible offerings of the cafeteria. The class is tiresome. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively interesting. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre. It's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. Sadly, I'm not. When the final bell sounds, I realize that there is still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd. At the hospital, I had 24 hours a day of free time, but here, feeling the considerably shorter hours feel difficult. Everyone else leaves, and I'm left alone with the teacher. Muto is examining the assignment sheets we were looking on earlier, marking them with a red ball pen. Raising his eyes from the paper briefly, he notices me and furrows his brows. What is it, that guy? I jump at him, addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's no one else around. Nobody else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen, and he is holding it and arranges his paper into a stack, collecting it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical, and for a brief moment I'm reminded of Shizune, but the teacher's more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine. You have no plans? No, I considered joining a club, but don't know what kind of club would interest me. Go observe a meeting of someone else's club. Might pique your interest. I guess. I just but I don't know how to continue from here. From there. Muto looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people. I mean, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, but it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about. The disabilities, it's like, it feels like I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. The teacher scratches his cheek, absent-mindedly, looking very unresponsive. These things are only an issue if you make them one. You can talk normally with someone, even if they're blind or something. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who is just a normal kid behind whatever they might seem at first glance. He says the same thing as Yuko did. I know they're right. It's hard. How can you not consider, for example, Shizune's deafness when the only way to communicate with her is to talk through Misha? Or Hanako. It's not like you can ignore her face. But I'm interrupted by the door of a classroom suddenly slamming open. hear that? No, of course you didn't.
Oh my god, teacher!
Misha crashes in and hand straight in an enthusiastic greeting. Oh, her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts towards the teacher's desk with her bouncing step, hands energetically swinging with the rhythm. Muto, visibly dismayed at the interruption, and Misha, in general, slumps in his chair. Mikado. Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly, as if she's sensing from his tone that there's something wrong, but has no idea what.
Yes?
We have to talk about volume control. We have talked about volume control before.
Yes? Yes!
But she doesn't lower her voice at all, and the teacher just rubs his eyes. So what is it?
We need help. We are running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a distress.
She waves a pink slip of paper she's holding around. So, go get more supplies from the art room. What's the problem with that?
Plywood. Plywood is the problem. Last time we wanted more, but there was only a little. That time we just took it all and went with that. Now there's none left there. So you know where there is some.
I don't understand. How would I know?
Shichan. I mean the president, that the teacher would know if there was plywood. Was she wrong?
Muto looks like he's in great pain, frowning, uh, frowning with his entire essence. And Misha doesn't get it at all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible. Like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull open while blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. Oh my god. I'm afraid I have no idea where any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any.
Aw, what should I do?
Perhaps try finding Mr. Nomiya. I'm quite sure he would know where to find everything you need. You'd have to pry them from his cold dead hands, but that's a different matter.
I don't have time. We're so busy.
She holds her head in both of her hands, looking as despairing as it's possible for a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumbles at the note she's holding against her hair.
I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do. We're failing behind schedule. We're failing behind the schedule.
Uto looks at her gravely and then suddenly smiles. Smiling doesn't fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if you could get some temporary help. He switches to staring at me focusedly with a hard expression, as if saying, "Go make some friends." I guess I could give you a hand.
You can't.
Ugh. I wish I could go drinking water, but not right now.
You can't. Thanks, Chan. You are really nice.
She pauses, does a double take, and then points at me with her finger, yelling, "Ah." Holy voice crack, oh my god, and looking very puzzled.
Come to think of it, what's Hichan doing here? Class is over. You should be having fun.
We just had a little chat.
Oh no, it's not detention, is it? Are you in trouble, Hichan?
No, I'm not.
Is Hichan in trouble, teacher?
No, he's not. Muto sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha to get off the teacher's back. So, what do you need?
Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere if there's none in the art room.
She offers me the note she's holding. I take it, hesitating a bit. I said I'd help you, but this has no implication on whether I'm joining the student council or not.
Oh. Still, Dixie Chan, try to be quick. We are in the style building streak now. You must hurry, hurry, hurry.
She bounces out of the classroom, leaving me and the teacher looking at each other with something that feels like a silent agreement. Well, there you have it, Nakai. You have something to do now. Please don't sound so smug. Looking at the list with the number of items ranging from paint to plywood, all written with small, neat handwriting that is undoubtedly Shizune's, I heave a sigh. How we going then? Waving a long list limply at the teacher, I exit to the hallway. The classroom's closet to ours is designated is designated belonging to classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side and 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor, still with identical doors are. And here we go again with this whole. You know what? I'm gonna use this time to get myself a drink. My apologies for the wait. I got myself a drink of water, and the oh yeah, the fire alarms went back out. So that's good. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such. I carefully push open the furthest door and peek in. It's a classroom, but it seems rather badly kept or not in use. Am I in the right place? Desks and chairs are all over the room, and a thin layer of dust settling on them. There are some easels in the corner, so at least this place looks like the right place. The room is flushed in sunlight from the big window, shadows creeping in all over the desk. Specks of dust are dancing in the stagnant air, making the beams of light almost visible. Jokingly, I call into the empty room. Hello, Somebody catches my eye and I stop mid-sentence. Sitting on the desk was a short-haired girl, curiously wearing a boy's uniform, with a fork between her toes, a morsel of food stuck firmly on the end. That's one way to eat. This odd way of dining seems to be caused by her apparent lack of hands, but her presence here is what takes me back even more. How did I miss her before? She's sitting in the corner, very still, but I still somehow took her as a part of the furnishing or a statue at first glance. I'm not being too observant today as a whole. The girl seems to be frozen in place, staring at me with her huge eyes like a rabbit in headlights. Oh, my bad. She's staring at me, her mouth wide open, ready to accept the fork. That sounded so wrong. If I just stopped and I didn't say the fork, that would have sounded so. Thanks. I'm staring at her, my mouth wide open. Wow. Suddenly remembering I didn't finish my sentence and trying to think if I should. The word stalemate keeps us both stunned into silence, punctuated only by the wall clock ticking rhythmically. Uh, how am I gonna do her voice? No more waiting. I've already done that way too much.
Hello.
The girl stuffs the fork full in her mouth. It is now staring at me expectantly while chewing. This is a bit awkward. Um, hello. I was told to pick up some supplies here for the festival stalls. I think. I didn't think there would be someone here.
There isn't. That's why I came here too.
She picks up another forkful. Doesn't that mean you're here then? Jeez, she got no arms. No arms, guys. Yeah, okay. She raises her eyebrows as if she was suspecting my observation was false.
You're pretty observant. I guess it does. But who are you?
The girl is pretty straightforward, isn't she? I'm that guy. I'm that guy. He's not guy. I just transferred in on Monday.
I'm Reed. Tezuka Rin.
Orin Tezuka.
I won't shake hands with you, but at least we should know. We know who we are now.
Yeah, I don't think you could shake my hand if you wanted to. I mean, unless I could shake that nub right there, but... Okay. This is... that is rude.
That's very nice.
Oh my god. I was just being rude to her. Just like... And she said, okay. Her deadpan manner of talking makes it hard to determine whether she's joking about shaking hands or not. It kind of bothers me. Joking about these matters doesn't feel appropriate at all.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate.
Wow, this is me speaking. While I'm trying to figure out what's appropriate and whether this girl is, whether this girl is okay. She seems to have lost interest in me and is now gazing yearningly back at her food.
Can I continue my lunch? If you don't mind me, I won't mind you. If you need to get your stuff, the supplies are at the back.
Go right ahead. But lunch? School's already over for today.
What word would you use then? There's no word for a meal. There's no word for a meal you eat after lunch. But before dinner, right? It bothers me very much too, but I don't really know what I don't really know what I should say.
I don't think you're supposed to eat a meal between lunch and dinner to begin with.
But I'm hungry now, and my delicious boxed lunch would go to waste otherwise. I have curry. It's very delicious.
With much decisiveness, Marine once again picks up her fork between her toes, and at least as much impoliteness, she points it straight at me. I swear, if I'm okay, nobody's typing. Oh, I wish that was her fork. I mean, nah.
So that guy, what brings you to this place?
Like I said, I was told to look for these things.
No, the school. From outside you look fine. Is your problem inside?
I come to a full stop, opening my mouth but not getting a word out. I
can guess. I am good at guessing. Better than most people.
Ring cuts me off before I can answer her question, or skirt around it somehow. I don't know which I should have done. I froze in front of the issue again. I haven't even told anyone here about my condition, or maybe it's because it hasn't really come up. I do get the feeling that not making issues of this is a part of the social code here, as the teacher said. I wonder if the people here could relate. Probably not any better than a normal person could. I can't relate to Shizune's circumstances, or Lily's either. Naturally, when I go through this in my head, Rin, Rin keeps considering what my condition could be, with an overtly contemplative look on her face. She puts her fork between her lips and leans back, looking at the ceiling as if the answer was written up there. A beam of light illuminates her face from the window side, creating a mask of dark shadow on the other side.
I don't think it's anything in your head, and something in your guts would be boringly ordinary, like this lunch of mine, and less delicious. The problem must be in your pants.
The messed up Sherlock Holmes kind of kind of statement, and that sheer lack of tact was a tact. It was delivered with catches me completely off guard. I think I might have reeled back even physically as Reen's eyes widened in revelation and astonishment.
So I was right. There's something wrong with your tackle, isn't there?
Still partially in shock, but recognizing the need of reply something, I spit out the first thing that I could think of. No, nothing like that. I have a heart problem. Arrhythmia. I said it. More like I blurted it out, but I said it. The girl in front of me purses her lips together and glowers at me, looking very disappointed. Disappointed?
How boring. Trouble in the pants would have been such more scandalous.
What's with this reaction? I'm sorry to let you down.
I forgive you. Just, I collect people, and a person with, that kind of problem would have been really great.
You collect people? That's basically what I said.
People with different problems.
Huh, so you just, like, go around asking what's wrong with them? Asking people what's wrong with them?
Pretty much.
I see. With little left to say, Reen resumes her lunch and the conversation dies away. But I keep thinking about what was said. It was the first time I had told anyone about my condition. All the other people have either known about it already or heard it from someone else. Or didn't need to know about it, like every other student here so far. Should I have told her it was a natural part of introductions? Is it expected of me? Hi, I'm Hasao and I have a very serious heart condition. Is that how I'm supposed to go around introducing myself from now on? Uh, as if our disabilities would define us. What a disgusting thought. Or maybe that Tezuka girl just has an unnatural interest in such things. As I walk to the back of the room to pick up the items on Misha's list, a chance opens to study Reen from the corner of my eye. Her hair is burnt a burn, almost orange, and cropped short. Long hair would probably be impossible with no arms. The boy's uniform and lack of arms make her look very thin, almost scrawny. She's not particularly pretty except for her murky green eyes, which flicker restlessly from below her short bangs, even when she eats. The distance and the shadows make it seem like they don't reflect sunlight at all, but instead absorb all of it within them like deep wells. She moves her feet almost as deftly as a normal person would use their arms. However, I can see how this sight could discomfort hurt people, especially while eating. Makes me feel a little uncomfortable at least. I hesitate to think about the word unnatural, but it's too late now, isn't it? I keep searching the cabins and shelves for Misha's things. But after enough time passes, the silence grows too uncomfortable, so I try to force some conversation out of the strange girl. So, do you always eat alone or this late? Or do you get the occasional visitor?
Visitors? Maybe you're my first occasional visitor, but I don't always eat alone either. Sometimes I eat with the certain people on the roof, if she's not horsing around.
Horsing?
She likes to do sports.
Oh. That's all I can think of to say. Both of us fall silent again as Rin forks the last bits of her meal to her mouth. I look down at my haul and double check it with Misha's list. Seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now.
That's very nice of you. Don't feel obligated to stay. I was just about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you were gonna do with the stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch little girls sleeping?
I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you around, Tezuka.
You can call me Reed. I feel that our relationship is at this point good enough to warrant this much.
I was already turning to make my exit, but she draws me back in. Fine, then I'm Hisao.
Then you are.
Rin looks at me hard in the eyes. But that intimidating feeling you get when someone stares at you isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple times and I can't figure out why a pause like this would just pop between us out of nowhere.
See you later, Hisao.
It's something like there's something like a tiny smile there on in her face. Maybe that was weird. I guess. Jeez, 50 minutes, not one chat, not one live chat, eh? Come on, bro. Give me some likes. Give me some likes. Engage my audience. Let's start a Q&A. Please. Please. No, actually, I'm not gonna start a Q&A. Let me do an emoji. Let me do an emoji. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, food. Oh, I love the rice. I love the rice. Okay. That was so weird. Just to type in rice. Teen times, teen times. I quietly back out of the room. As I shut the door in front of my face, I whisper to myself, "What an intriguing person." From inside, I hear a muffling, sing-song voice.
I heard that.
I heard that.
What did you hear?
I jump at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she had gotten to jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy. It briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about the global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that thought aside. Suzune, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloof, as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention, but Misha is clearly excited. Visibly excited.
No, wait. More importantly, who's in there? There's no club meeting today.
She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyways.
What are you...
What are you doing here?
You took so long, so we had to come check what's wrong. That's no good, Hichan.
She wags her finger at me scoldingly.
I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you were tardy.
Oh, sorry. I got the things here. I was just going to bring them.
I think you're up to some mischief, Hichan. Who's in there with you, I wonder?
Misha signs something quickly to Shizune, pointing at her own ear a couple times. Shizune immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the classroom just left. I can only imagine the shock she is experiencing. With Shizune's diligence and attitude, the insolence of daring to deface school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to bear. And indeed, she stares at Rin, frozen in place apart from the slight but unnoticeable trembling of her shoulders from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizune just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to face furiously at Misha. Oh my damn. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Rin is sleeping on one of the tables. What? How is this my fault? I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness.
Hello.
Rin's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening it. I open the door to find Rin directly behind it, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face.
Hello.
Oh man, we are so cooked up, aren't we? We are so... oh man.
Mr. Zuka, what do you think you're doing? You absolutely are not permitted to use school property for such disgraceful activity. It sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know I was this popular.
It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune, Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points at Rin, and makes some quick signs.
Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore. Anyway, how's your project going? Will it be done for the festival?
Rin looks at them blankly, apparently at ease, under the pressure Shizune's cold stare is putting on her.
I was wondering about that myself too.
Huh?
And?
We'll think about it harder. As Misha signs to reply to Shizune, her face turns into an unsatisfied frown.
Miss Suzuki, please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if the wall looks like somebody threw up on their lunch, and if the wall looks like someone threw up their lunch onto it.
Rin nods assertively. We'll think more seriously.
We'll think more seriously.
Uh, Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't. Not even after translation. She just shakes her head, takes some materials from me, and takes off with Misha in tow. Rin frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo. How rude.
It's true, though. I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be a dire consequence if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much more dire.
Hold up! Oh my! I just went up by two. And I have a very weird suspicion about that suddenly. I have a suddenly weird suspicion about how fast it just went up. I am very suspicious of that. Huh. But hey, I'm not arguing, I guess.
Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future.
I'm about to ask what project she has and what are those apocalyptic consequences. But she walks back into the art classroom. Okay, so we were in the art classroom before.
Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? This paint doesn't fit into my bag, but I need it.
She kicks lightly at a huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting on and sleeping on. Oh, sitting and sleeping on. It lets out a dull clang. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Yeah, guys, I'm such a gentleman, am I right? Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where do you need to take it?
Away.
And with that, she takes off to the hallway. Me and the paint can following, since there's little choice for either of us. The hallway is quiet and empty now, with Shizune and Misha gone, so we too leave towards the stairwell at the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change the can from one hand to the other, because the thin handles cuts into my palm. At least, it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching. Or maybe I'm walking weird because of the extra weight? It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below. Trouble appears in the form of a head nurse and his fox-like grin. How the frick did this guy sound like? I'm just gonna go back to that live stream. I haven't talked to this guy in a while. Here we go. I let my gaze wander around the room. It's stealing. Even if I put it to pill, morning and evening, so or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff, like I don't. Okay, so he's kind of normal, I guess. Oh, people left. Oh, shucks. Well,
Mr. Nakai, what a happy coincidence. Tezuka too, of course.
okay, so no, that's not how he sounded like. He nods courteously to Rin, who does not acknowledge him back, but then turns to me because obviously it's me, who he had some business with. There's something I forgot to mention on Monday. I nod away passively because I can't even begin to guess what he forgot. The feeling of the handle delving deeper into my skin doesn't make me feel as enthusiastic about the interruption either. I'm stuttering too much. It's about your medication. Since you haven't been that long on your current medication. Yeah, there might be some sort of unexpected side effects, which might require adjusting dosages, or even changing to other kind of medication. I gotta mute this live stream. I'm watching the live stream. Yeah. I gotta mute that because you guys can hear that. So we do a few tests regularly, but what I want is for you to keep an eye on everything in your condition that feels off, if you get what I mean. Nausea, headaches, anything. And come see me if something happens. All right, I guess. So how are you? Everything fine? I give up and drop the can to the floor before answering him. Apparently, this takes longer than my biceps can handle. I'm about to say something generic as an answer, but then I realize how often I've done that lately. Other people have asked me that too. Teachers and students here, my parents, visitors, nurses, doctors at the hospital. Everyone seems to be concerned about that. It's natural for a hospital, not so much for a school. Except this school, which is a small school, and both the student base and the faculty seem to be very tightly knit. At least that's the feeling I'm getting. And this is not the kind of school that gets transfer students too often. A thought just shivers down my spine. Up my spine, what? But I give a generic answer anyway. Oh my god, guys, oh my god. This is like pretty peak, I'm not gonna lie. That's great. Also, one other thing. My sources tell me that you've been at neither the school track nor even the pool. So I'd like to know if you've taken up exercising as I asked. Of course I haven't, but his way of inquiring gives me the feeling that I should have been running my ass off on the track since the very first day. You have people spying on me? Not as such. I just happen to know a few people. And that's not the issue here, so don't try to slip out of it. Well, I was actually just doing some improved weightlifting as an exercise. Improvised weightlifting. I pick up and lift the can up and down a few times like some sad imitation of a bodybuilder, even though it's weighing down on my arms painfully. Whoops. The stupid grin disappears from his face for a second, then comes back like it was never gone. Would you give us a second? The nurse grabs me by the shoulder without waiting for Rit's permission, which he didn't need in the first place, and drags me aside. Oh god, am I dead? When I told you to exercise, I wasn't joking. I understand that you are still on your first week and all, but please don't ignore the importance of this. The reason I'm coming down this hard on you is that habits are not easy to form. The more you slip and postpone, the harder it'll be. It's the same with everything, like dieting. Can you promise me you'd be more serious about this from now on? Yes. Yeah, I promise, definitely. He studies me for a moment and then shrugs, smiling again. Okay, that's more like it. If you go to the school track tomorrow morning, you'll meet my spy, who probably has no uh, qualms, offering consolation to you if you want to jog for a bit. Consultation. See you around. He leaves with a wave of his hand and no answer, and I walk to Rin, who has been waiting idly, leaning against the hallway wall and staring at the pale lighting fixtures in the ceiling. Even when I approach, she doesn't even move her eyes off them. Are you getting medication for your heart thingy? Or are you listening? It comes out more. Oh my god. I can't read. It comes out more accusatory. Accusatory. Oh god. Than I intended, accidentally lashing out on her. But even so, I don't really want to start talking about it. I just met her. I don't know her. It's not our business. The nurse seems to be happily ignorant about confidentiality. Whoever's watching this stream, please don't clip any of this. Talking about that kind of thing in public. But it's not Rin's fault, is it? I look up at her, suddenly feeling a bit guilty. But Rin is just staring past my shoulder, quizzically, her head tilted like a bird's. Sigh. I don't know why this is so hard for me. It feels like there's some inexplicable lock that prevents me from being more upfront about this. Yeah, they're from my heart. Will they make you better? No, not really. They're just making me feel a little less worse. Rin keeps looking at me for a while longer, but she neither says anything further, nor displays any kind of emotion I would discern. I'm thankful that she doesn't. I think I'm not quite used to all this. At the hospital, it was easy, but I still haven't sorted my feelings about having to live a normal life with this disability. We leave the main building, and Rin leads us onwards towards the dorm. We stop at a small patch of greenery in front of the dorm building. The dorm is built on a slightly elevated ground with a wall and a few trees that everyone has to circle around every time they come or go. Ugh. Ugh. It's probably the only inconvenient design in this school. Excuse me, by the way. The entire wall, made of the same kind of bricks as the building itself, has been covered with some sort of painting. Most of it still is still mere sketches, quick lines drawn with black and white against the gray plastering that covers almost the entire length of the wall, but some places look a bit more finished. There are human faces and legs and hands. I can't quite see what the painting as a whole might portray. Some of what seems to be the paint. Paint cans are arranged in piles on the ground beside the wall.
See, the left side is hardly off the ground yet. It's because I couldn't get in the mood yesterday, so I gave up and went to meditate instead. Then I was studying next morning. Then it was study morning.
Study morning.
I've been working. I have to work on it, but the guys from the art class are helping with the negative spaces and base surfaces with whatever, which is a problem. It's easier to paint big areas as if there are a lot of people. Oh, if there are a lot of people with hands, the reach is better and it's faster too.
She goes on of a tangent, waving a little with her arm, or whatever of it there actually is, to demonstrate, even though I got the point yesterday already. I already got the point. The white cotton of her sleeves flap around, and it makes me think that it could look sadder than it does. But it makes me feel out of place, like almost every tangible reminder of the student base's special properties has in the past few days. This girl doesn't notice my dreary feelings, of course, or the fact that she lost me a while ago already, and just keeps blabbering. So that's why I'm trying to figure out if there's something I need to figure out. And then figure that out before it's too late and all hope is lost. Why would the hope be lost?
Because paint has to be painted, and then it has to be dried, and then it has to be painted over with another kind of paint. It takes time.
She finally stops, apparently thinking she made some kind of a statement that makes sense. I think it's best to start from the top. So, this is your project? Project? You did this?
Yes.
All of it?
Yes.
Nice, but I stumble with my words, suddenly feeling like I've walked straight into a minefield of political incorrectness.
It's okay, you can say it. I probably won't get mad.
I blush really hard. I don't know what would be the right thing to say, if any. It feels that I'm way more sensitive than Rin is, though. This is really awkward.
Don't you want to ask?
How do you paint without hands?
See, I'm an easy person to talk to, right? With my feet.
I almost guessed that already, but isn't that hard to do?
You're good at guessing. Anyway, I don't think it is. But maybe I'm used to it by now. I can't get my mind around.
I can't get my mind around the fact that she could be an artist. But seeing her adapt, she was using her feet to eat. I figured painting might not be a problem either. Neither of us has anything more to add to the subject.
The afternoon light works pretty well. I was afraid it would look too flat, but it's not like that at all.
After all,
I think it's pretty interesting.
I almost said fantastic. I gotta, yeah, you can just sew my mouth shut. So my mouth shut.
I wanted to see what it looks like in a dim light. Do you think it's flat?
Well, paintings tend to be flat.
Not that flat. You know, flat, like some people are. No substance, no meat. but there should be some.
I know a few girls who. Okay, I get it, but I couldn't really tell. I'm not good with art. I can't name many artists or artistic terms, so I don't really have anything to say. Uh, This girl was really just about to say that she knows some girls who are flat. That is, that is freaking hilarious. So I don't really have anything to say. Rin shrugs her shoulders at that, saying, "Suit yourself," without saying it, and looks up at the sky as if trying to look for something up there.
I didn't think I'd get any actual work done, but if you give me a hand with the paints, I could do a little before it's too dark. I wanted to get a halogen lamp, like the ones they have at the sports check, but there aren't any.
Rin sure is quick to recruit my help, as was Shizune. It really makes me feel that the festival is such a big project that every pair of hands is needed. Why not? I'm not really sure if I can be of any help, though.
It's just mixing some paints. You can do that, probably. Do you have motor control problems, like those people who have some? Cerebral palsy, maybe?
No, not that I know of.
I get it. Heart thingy has nothing to do with that.
She gives me a sly look for no reason. Jeez. No, it doesn't.
Let's do it then.
Okay. So she sits on the empty wooden box and very naturally picks up a white brush between her toes of her bare right foot. I open a few of the cans and pour some of the contents into shallow bowls for mixing. The thick paints flow lazily from the can to the bowl like syrup. I mix them, creating funny, uh, hy- hypnotic looking swirl patterns that melt quickly into each other to form a new monotone hue. Yeah, guys, I know how to read. Yeah. Rin sets to work, every now and then asking me for a hand with something or the other. Finding different brushes is easy enough, but mixing the paint to be the exact tone. This girl is apparently seeing in her head is a frustrating ordeal. She wants precision down to the last milliliter before she is satisfied, but her instructions are obscure at best.
Add, a, add half a splash of green.
I crouch down to pick up the can of bright green.
The other green. This green.
I carefully pour some of the other green paint into a mixing bowl.
No, that's the whole splash. More white. Is green a good color to add?
No idea, you're the artist here. A hint of smile appears in the corner of her mouth.
Do you lack an opinion?
No, it's just that I have no idea.
It's okay, because I just got an idea. Add more white.
With this exclamation, I pour a minuscule amount of white into the bowl and mix it. It looks slightly whiter.
That's not good. It has to be like the color when you wake up and you know that you saw the meaning of your life in your dreams, but can't remember it. Maybe it's yellow.
Despite the impossibility of mixing a color like the change of seasons, or any other nonsense that's being imposed on me, I find myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. Seeing a painting being born on the plastered wall feels like magic. Oh shoot. I'm guessing like once I look at all the clubs, I'm guessing I have to choose a club, and then whichever club I choose, that's the girl I get. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is romance. This is a romance game, I think. I spend the moments I have between mixing paints crouching down on the pavement and just looking at her work. It feels slightly intrusive at first, like breaking some imaginary intimacy, but Rin doesn't seem to mind the least bit. Maybe it's just in my head. Her entire presence emits a completely different air as she patiently works the details with the S at the end. Adding layers of paint on top of the other layers of paint, steadily moving her foot across the wall to add new shapes. This girl is actually pretty neat. When I manage to produce a passable mixture of paint, the rare smile on her face is oddly rewarding. Apart from the few words when discussing paint mixes, neither of us say a word. says a word for the longest time, and even those short discussions soon evolve into a shorthand. Both of us developing and using weird impromptu code words for various paints and hues, as if there is some need to conserve words and breath and sound. Oh, oh. We stay there late into the evening until it becomes too dark to paint properly. Huh? What? Yeah. My bad, guys. My dad just walked in. What did that say? The sound of alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber and into an unpleasant state of wakefulness. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up, while making excuses for why I already haven't. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here for all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause, and the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they are gonna let me get away that easily. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. So eventually I do rise up, swallowing the morning medication and put on my old clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted from taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I'd order some to cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way. A bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start taking care of myself, I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape along with what little I can, like what I can't do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life. Or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any minute. Okay, so I'm actually gonna end it here, guys. Yeah. Uh Barely has anybody watched my stream and it's been an hour and 19 minutes, so I really hope you guys did enjoy this. Because I did. I had my fun. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this live stream, please hit the like, subscribe. I lost like 5 I guess shut up about that because nobody really cares. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Who am I saying this to? No clue. No clue who I'm saying this to. Toodaloo buckaroos, and I'll see you in the next one.